Now by Congressman Joaquin Castro of Texas. And Congressman, I want to begin with something which you said about the executive order. I'll read the headline here from BuzzFeed. Congressman says Trump could be impeached if he overstepped authority on travel ban. That doesn't scan to me. You can, the president can issue an executive order that the courts strike down. It doesn't mean he's committed an impeachable offense, does it?
No, and actually, if you read the text of that story, it had actually not to do with the substance of the order, although I strongly disagree with what many consider, and I consider, a ban on Muslim travel. It had to do with reports that after the judge issued a stay on that order, the president may have ordered CBP and other federal agencies to ignore that judge's order and to disobey the order. In that case, what I said is the Congress should censure the president, and if he does it again, then we need to consider removal at that point, because the courts represent our way of settling disputes peacefully. And if that is taken away from the people, they're left with essentially chaos. So a president can't just flout those judicial orders. He's got to follow them.
You know, you're talking about the executive branch essentially adhering to decisions made by the courts. Another place, a sort of locus of independence, would be the Department of Justice. Obviously, you're in the House. You don't get a vote on Jeff Sessions. But I do want to play this sound for you. This is last year, Senator Jeff Sessions, the nominee to be Attorney General, talking about the Muslim ban proposal in its initial incarnation. Take a listen.
He's treading on dangerous ground because Americans are so deeply committed to freedom of religion. That is a major part of who we are. But at the same time, we're in an age that's very dangerous. It's time for us to think this through. And the classical internal American religious principles, I don't think apply, providing constitutional protections to persons, not citizens, who want to come here.
Are you confident that Senator Sessions can play the role of a kind of check on the White House, can be fully independent should he be asked to do things that are extra-constitutional, unconstitutional, or illegal?
No, I don't. I think that he'll do whatever Donald Trump tells him to do. And that's why you're going to see few, if any, Democrats, I believe, support his nomination. His words there are troubling. Anytime the United States government has targeted people based on their skin color or their religion, not only has that been wrong, but there is also a tendency of a dragnet effect. And we saw some of that even this weekend, where green card holders, people who have a legal right to be in the country, were denied entry into the United States. I saw a story today, it looked like, of a citizen who also got caught up in that dragnet. That was the case when the government decades ago did Operation Wetback, which took many Mexican nationals who had been allowed in to work, but also took in American citizens and deported them to Mexico. So these things tend not only to affect their targets, but also people who have a legal right to be here, including citizens.
What are you hearing from your constituents at this moment, Congressman? Particularly, I wonder, after you used the word impeachment, you talked about the possibility that if there was a violation of the sort of authority of our Article III courts, that could possibly open up to that. What is the feedback like from your constituents on that?
Well, everybody is obviously very concerned. And nobody takes the idea of removing a president or impeaching a president lightly, and no one should. It's historically very significant, and so it's not a lighthearted thing. It's not a whimsical thing. At the same time, I think most people would agree that this president has behaved in an extraordinary manner, and ignoring or flatly disobeying a court's order is also very significant. And if you do it repeatedly, you're putting yourself in the impeachment realm.
All right, Congressman Joaquin Castro, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you very much.